Can you see it? Are we set?
Are we set? Yes, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you. So with that being said, once again, welcome to our session. This session is in regards to our newly developed four-year career plan. This presentation is developed for the Jack Brown College of Business and Public Administration. As I was sharing previously, if you're not part of this college, that is not an issue because the information is relevant for all of the colleges. But just in this particular presentation, we will be referring to specifics of programs and also services within this particular college. But before we move forward, I want to take the time to allow Denis and also Ms. Valentina, Felix, to make a quick shout out to our students.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Valentina Felix, one of 3 career counselors here at the Career Center.
And hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm Denis Perez-Florez. I am one of the career counselors.
Yes, and I did see 2. I don't know if Christian is on, but I know we have the fabulous Crystal and also fabulous Lauren as part of our PCE, Career Educators, as part of our Career Center within the university. Ladies, would you mind expressing a welcome for our students?
Hi everyone, I'm Crystal. Hi, I'm Crystal. Nice to meet you guys or see you guys. Thank you for being here. And I'm excited for this presentation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lauren. I'm a PCE at the CSUB campus. I'm actually a part of the Jack Brown College, majoring in administration. So I'm super excited for this session today.
Yes, thank you. With that being said, we're gonna go down to the real situation that's going on and having an expression about the elephant in the room. What is that? That is actually our next conversation about COVID, right? So as many of you are incoming freshmen, you come with a lot of questions, you come with a lot of doubts. Those questions and doubts build anxiety. That anxiety builds uncertainty, and then obviously that trickles all down. And that's why we felt with the lead of Valentina, I can't say that without her innovation and thought about this particular presentation and how we work as a team, is that we felt that it was in our best interest as a career center to inform you as incoming freshmen about the value of staying connected and the value of knowing what your services are, so that whenever you are ready, and we really do hope that you try to get ready as fast as possible, because if you felt that these years in high school went fast, your years in college would even go faster. And one of the things that students keep on telling us is, I only wish I was better prepared, or I only wish that I went to this place, or I only wish that I listened to that recommendation. And so as students, we really want to let you know that the Career Center is here to help you, not necessarily to have all of the answers to what you're going to do, but what we do have is willingness to listen to you, to collaborate, and to find those next steps that you need to take in order to be successful in your careers and in your future development as professionals in our community and abroad, or even outside of our great country. So we want you to know that this is something that we want you to be connected, and more importantly, to develop your strategies and to develop a plan, and more importantly, to have confidence. What are those next options that you will have in your professional development? Mind going to the next slide, please? So we always have the question, what is a Career Center? And I know you guys can read in the previous presentations, I've been reading this, but I do feel that I need to read it because students always ask us, well, you know, what do you guys do? Or maybe there's perceptions of what you think we do or we don't do. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with this. A career center is typically located on a college campus. These centers are specifically designed to assist students with honoring their job search skills, identifying and working towards career goals, finding suitable career and graduate school programs, getting referrals to employers while boosting networking skills. So one of the things that if it was very apparent before COVID, now it's even more important. And that is not only how important your academia and your academic success is, but as important is what are you doing during your 4 years? Not necessarily, you know, your last year or not necessarily after you graduate, but literally right off the bat. And for those of you who took the opportunity to be here today, you're starting right where you need to start. What are you doing right now to start that trajectory of not only being successful in your academia, but also establishing yourself on those particular skills and opportunities and connections, networks that you are developing, so that when you do graduate, you have what I call that stacked resume that has a very successful completion of a degree from a respectful college, and more importantly, from a great university, as well as some stacked experiences in regards to volunteer opportunities, to jobs, to part-time, to internships, some of you moving towards a graduate school. How is that going to help you in the job market and how you want to monetize your degree? Next slide, please. So as a career center, you know, we are one that is showing you right off the bat. We help you guys and with resume, cover letters, career planning. We're really big on developing that plan assessment for each and every one of you. But more importantly, we're here to listen to you. We're here to be that avenue. We're here to be that connector, not only within the job placement or job opportunity, but also being the connector within the university. As incoming freshmen, there's always that notion or that thought that there's so many departments, so many things that are going on, so many options that could get convoluted at times, could get even frustrating at times. Use us as a career center to help you to be that connector to particular different departments, or maybe where you're having a difficult time to set up an appointment or to really get that answer that you're looking for. We do not have all the answers. We do not have access to all the softwares, but what we do have is the willingness to help you stay connected and be that resource, not only in the big chunk of what the Career Center does and will do for you as part of our university, but also as a connector within the university system and departments. Next slide, please. And again, we like to talk about this slide in regards to why should you visit. Obviously, I'm telling you and I'm sharing with you, but sometimes we need to visually look at this. So why should you visit the Career Center? The Career Center is staffed by professionals who are specifically trained to assist college students with their career-related concerns. As incoming freshmen, you may have those concerns. You may have decided for a particular major, but not fully understand the job market or what you want to do with your degree. Valentina, Denis, and the rest of the PCEs are here to help you. We have extreme tools, web-based tools that will help you in that development and that hope determination of your next steps. It's also its staff members work closely with the employers who will someday hire you. This is great for you to know that employers are in connection with us. Employers are connecting with us every day, even now with COVID and some of the changes that have happened in regards to how the new jobs and new internships are transitioning. The more you're connected to our center, the more we have you top of mind, and we can just recommend you to employment opportunities for yourself. So take the time to come out, take the time to make your appointment, but more importantly, take the time to stay connected with us so that we are connected with you during your college career. This is also the best place on campus to help you figure out what you want to do with your life and how. As I shared with you before, as a career center, we have assessments, we have tools, we have available conversations with you to kind of develop the next steps that you can. And more importantly, as I've been saying over and over again, do not wait until you are a senior. Do not wait until after you graduate to come and see what kind of services we will have for you, and we have for you. This is a great opportunity for you to start that connection now. And also in regards to, it's also a place with related resources printed and on the computer. As I shared with you before, there are services that the Career Center is paying for, that you're paying for, so that you take advantage to how to better know how to manage and also what to do with your job. And again, as I shared with you before, we are a system and a center that employers are connected with us, are doing their very best to find the best of the best within the CSU system, and they're coming to our Career Center to find the best students within our university. And this particular point, I always like to share that, you know, this is a good place to meet other students who have your same worries. Being worried is good, but when you come and talk to us, you will be connected in a very customized way of how we feel you want to explore your major. But you also need to understand that this is a two-way street, right? As much as it's our job to give you the best top quality information, the best top quality recommendations, what to do with your degree. We have students that fully are committed to you and the development of your resumes and your cover letters. You have staff that is committed to you and your professional development. We also need you to come prepared also, that if you are giving something, it's going to take a little bit of work. You know, it's going to take a little bit of assignment. It's going to take a little bit of consistency. And this is a partnership. We are not a center where the Career Center is not going to inject into you or give you the thought that you should do this with your degree, you know, 100%. We are working in collaboration with you to figure that out. And what better place and better time to do it while you're a student to kind of figure where that is, either through a volunteer opportunity, through an internship opportunity, through a fellowship or an externship opportunity, working through work study, working with the university, or coming working for us. You know, we're a great team. As I've been sharing with a lot of our previous presentations, I have no doubt, hands down, we are the best career center in the California State University system. Come and check us out, you know, so we can prove that to you and we can help you develop that next step. And last but not least, this is my all-time favorite. Students forget about this over and over again. You're paying for this. You know, this is a service just like any other service that the university gives to you. This is your time. This is your money. Come and take full advantage of the investment that you're making and allow us to help you in that development and that connectiveness to how you're going to move forward in your career development. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Denis, where she will have the opportunity to explore and share with you our newly and exciting four-year pathway that we have developed as a team. Take it away, Ms. Denis.
Thank you, Oscar, for that opening once again. We have one more to go, right? So this is our fourth session
We sure
done.
do. I feel like I keep repeating myself, but I know it's a new crowd of students. So thank you so much for being patient.
Yes. This is our fourth session that we've done this week, and then I don't know if I can't remember if Oscar mentioned this in the beginning, but this is the first time that we've kind of launched this sort of what's a roadmap for you all, and it's the first time that we've done this from the Career Center at CSUSB. So we're really excited about it. We came up with the idea a while ago. We've been wanting to make this, and we put together this roadmap. And so today I'm going to give you a preview of what that roadmap looks like. I'm going to go through each of the 4 years that you're going to be here with us at CSUSB, help you to understand some of the pieces that are going to be very important for you to know and for you to take advantage of, that are going to benefit you not only but with your time here that you're spending with us at CSUSB, but also for you after you leave here. Because you probably aren't going to be here forever unless you end up getting a job on campus or with the university, so then you could stay forever. But essentially you're going to leave and you're going to move on to different things for your career. And so I'm going to go out of the share slides here. I'm going to go into the map. Okay. So I know you all received the email. You kind of saw some topic areas we're going to hit on today. And you are all, coming out of high school, right? And I'm going to assume that that's what it is, that you're coming out of high school. You had 4 years in high school. You did, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, most likely, unless you came from a school that was that covered more grades, right? You could have did a K through 12 type of schooling. But you probably came from a 9th through 12th grade school before you came here, and so you had these 4 years where you came in, then partway through you had to think about what you're going to do after you graduate, and you probably had some counselors most likely that helped you along the way. And I like to prompt this conversation with this piece here where we're the career center, so we're career counselors. And so if you think about when you were in high school, you may have had some school counselors, and they may have covered academic, career, and social emotional counseling. They kind of provided that guidance for you. At this institution, and most for your institutions and universities, we have a different model. And a lot of times it especially at our institution in particular, we have a model where there's like a triangle. If you think about it that way, there's the career center, career counselors, we have academic advisors, and then we also have what we would call counselors or psychological services. We have marriage family therapists, and those individuals who can help with that piece. So we're kind of separated, although we all can provide guidance in different ways for each of those areas. We have a specialized area, and the career services piece will cover things that have to do with the things that you are going to be doing outside of the classroom. So what you're doing in the classroom is your academic piece. The things you get involved in and do on campus or off campus that are outside of the classroom are the pieces that we kind of cover and help you to figure out what those are, what you should be doing, and also help you to reach those goals that you have that we don't even help you create, that you actually create on your own. And we can also help you create those goals as well and help you plan for your future. And so as it says right here, commit to your success. So follow this roadmap to define your success. You are in charge of that. Now you're an adult, right? You're in a 4-year institution, you're in college, and this time is different. You are moving forward in your own life. You have decided to be here. You decided to come to this session today. You decided to become a student at CCSB. And so you're going to want to think about, what is that going to mean for you afterwards? Because you might not go to school anymore. So then you're going to enter this world of work, essentially. And you're going to need some key things to help you when you get there. And so this part of your career, which is essentially you getting this education and you preparing for that world of work, is going to help kind of launch you forward. And one of the first things you're going to do here as a freshman, and you'll notice here on the left-hand side, we are a semester system now. We were quarter before. So we have these units that line up with semesters. From 0 to 29 units, semester units, this is where you're going to be called a freshman or first-year student. And these are some key things you're going to want to do. The first thing you're going to want to do, of course, is explore the Career Center website. And we're going to provide you with some links throughout the presentation in our PowerPoint. We're also going to follow up with a few emails that are going to give you more information. Along with this information is going to be housed on our website too. We just created a new website page for our site that you're going to be able to access on a regular basis. And you can also use this as a guide for yourself. And then when you meet with us, because we're going to have you meet with us, then you're going to bring this guide with you as well, so we can keep you on track. Now, there are, obviously, this is separated into freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior years. You don't have to only follow what the check marks say for freshmen. You can jump around. If you want to start looking at an on-campus job already, and maybe we have that down for sophomore year, it doesn't mean you can't do it in your freshman year. So there are things that we have laid out for you so we can provide you with a starting point. And what you do throughout your time is kind of going to be up to you. So exploring our website, looking at all the resources we have to offer to you. We are the main point of contact, the main stop for you in terms of your career and what you're going to do after you leave. So you want to make sure you're connected with us, like Oscar kept reiterating, because it's going to be very important for you to get the most out of your education and the most out of this experience for yourself. We want you to register on Handshake. So Handshake is a platform that Lauren is going to speak to you about later on, and Handshake is going to be able to connect you to employers to see what opportunities are out there. For you to get some resources in addition to our website, for you to be able to make an appointment with us, to view our events. So you really want to make sure you get registered on Handshake, and then you create a profile. We already have you in Handshake. Some of you may have received an email from Handshake, and so you already have a profile set up, but you need to create the full picture of it, because there's pieces in it that are individual to you, and each of you are very unique and have your own backgrounds that you're bringing and your own things that you're going to be doing. And so Lauren will show you that in a little bit. But the next bullet is meet with a career counselor. So as of right now, we have there's 3 of us. We're hoping to get some more for you, and the more you come and access our services, the more we can advocate for getting more career counselors to assist you. But you want to make sure you meet with us, and Lauren's going to show you how to make an appointment. And then attending Career Center workshops. So every year we have a full lineup of workshops, and we call them Career Readiness Series workshops. And these workshops provide some of the basics that you're going to need. And one of the main things that I'm going to point you to already is right here, the last bullet point, develop your resume. We have a resume and cover letter workshop. I think we actually scheduled 2 this semester, and we would want you to attend that. You can get connected to us in that way as well. If you're feeling like maybe you don't want to make an appointment yet, you're not really sure about that, but maybe you go to some of our workshops and then you get connected that way, and you learn about how you can actually start developing your resume. And then there's a piece there about mentorship. We recommend that you start to seek out those individuals that may be outside of your very comfortable and maybe your familial or your social circle. There are people that you can start connecting with, and they may be, for example, Lauren can end up being a mentor for you. She is, like she mentioned, she's a senior now for the College of Business and Administration major, and she could essentially be a mentor to you, right? So it could be a peer like that, someone who's experienced in going through the 4 years, has done a lot of things to help build their resume, to prepare for the future, and they could have some insight for you. So someone who's experienced, someone who maybe has more insight into a certain career field that you want to go into, someone who can, serve as an advocate and a support system for you. They could be a faculty member. It could be an advisor. It could be one of us career counselors. I know a lot of us have taken on being a mentor to students, and we've watched them succeed and grow. And I think that's, those are 2 things that I think a mentor really likes out of that mentorship, and that you can gain from that mentorship as well. You can see yourself grow and develop, and you can see how that person has influenced that piece, and how you can also, benefit that person that you're working with. I've learned a lot from my mentees. One in particular comes to mind that I got set up with through a program on our campus. It kind of happened organically, and she's kind of helped me to kind of accept more of who I am as a person because of who she is. So I've learned a lot from her, and I've helped her, with her process of getting to graduate school, and now she's starting this fall. And we've supported each other and helped each other, and having someone on campus is going to be really crucial for you. And I'm going to show you something after I go through this handout to connect you to our alumni association, the alumni office, who has a really great mentorship program. And I'll kind of show you that in a minute, because we have that piece about mentorship throughout each year. You identifying someone in the beginning, and you can have multiple mentors. You don't have to have just one, but identifying someone in the beginning and then making sure you're staying connected and building that relationship throughout your time here at CSUSB. So I'm going to move on to your sophomore year. Now, I think I mentioned this in my other sessions as well. You may want to start planning these things already. You may already want to start looking at jobs and careers for your major. You may have already done that. But these are just more of these reminders and also some action steps for those who may have not done these things, or to give you some more ideas of what you can do. This sophomore year could be a potential exploration time for you as well, in learning more about, let's say you do want to be a manager one day for maybe a Fortune 500 company, some type of supervisor or manager, and you're not really sure what that looks like. So maybe you end up connecting with someone and do an informational interview who is already doing that job, and you can actually learn from them about what that actually looks like in the job itself. We can read about what that looks like, on websites and go Googling different sites that provide us with occupational information. But when you get that real world experience and from an actual person who's in the job doing it, it becomes a little more real for you. And you can see if it makes you excited and it makes you want to learn more and you want to actually pursue that. Or maybe you realize that's not really what you thought it was, and maybe you're going to choose something else now. So looking online, doing some research on what certain occupations are and what career paths are available to you based on the major that you've chosen is one thing. And taking the next step to do an informational interview could add an additional layer of that real world experience. Having your resume cover letter reviewed. So we don't mention a whole lot about the cover letter in the first year, but it kind of goes hand in hand with the resume. And on the resource page on our website for resume writing, there's a cover letter writing piece there too, along with a CV, which is a whole other thing that we won't go into today, but it's there for you to read about. But a cover letter is essentially like a personalized letter that you would write, and it's a business letter that you would write to an employer, a recruiter, whoever you're applying to for a position of interest. With the resume, and it's like a bridge, it's a connector. So, there could be 50 applicants who send in their resume, and okay, we can see the resume, but this extra piece kind of gives you a little advantage. It gives you an opportunity to use your voice to say what you want to say to the employer, to essentially have them bring you in for an interview. And that cover letter can provide information to the employer that's not available on your resume, like, why you're interested in the position. What is it about the company that makes you want to work for them? And these are just some little things. There's a lot of different ways to do this. A little bit of some highlighting, some accomplishments that come from your background that relate to the position that you're applying for, and how that could be leveraged in this new role. There's all the different ways that you can go about writing this letter, but it is personalized. You do want to write one. We always suggest it. If they don't ask for it and they don't tell you not to send one, you would want to send one anyways. It's going to give you an advantage. The next bullet there is join a club organization. So there are a lot of club and organizations that may be student-led, and or they could be through an association related to your certain major or concentration. I know I think there's a marketing association, and Valentina, you could probably put that in the chat because I forgot the whole full name of it. But it's a marketing association, I think that, and there's a lot of students that get involved, and there's a lot of professionals that you can connect with through joining a club organization. I actually have presented, and a lot of us counselors have presented at these club and organization meetings. So there's probably like weekly or monthly meetings, and we've actually presented to groups. I actually had a group, I don't remember the name of the group, but there was a full room of about 30 students, all male students. And I wasn't sure how I was going to go when I went into that room to talk about networking and resume writing. But it turned out that, they were really grateful that they had the opportunity to have, because they were a part of that club, they were able to have someone like us come to that big group of them to give them that one-on-one support, and for them to even talk to each other and learn from each other that relate to a career, their career goals. And so, getting involved really helps you stay connected and gives you a lot more value with your time here at CCUSB. The next bullet there is about our big interview online software. So practicing interviewing. So we talked about the resume, we talked about the cover letter, and here's the next piece, interview. Those are kind of 3 steps that you're gonna take to get a job, right? Whatever that is, and that's gonna be part of your career. And interviewing is very, very important. I believe that there are people who are very naturally good at interviewing, and I believe there's people that can really improve those skills and develop those skills in interviewing. And it kind of is somewhat of a public speaking thing. It's something that has to do, with you being able to articulate what you have to offer to an employer. And the more you practice, the better you're probably going to get at it, versus if you don't. So our online software program allows you to not only learn about interviewing and what it means, what it looks like, how you should probably say something, what you should probably not do versus what you should do, but you can then also practice, in your own space behind the camera, and you can review that on your own, or you can also send that out to have someone review it for you. It's a really great platform. It even has specialized questions to go with different industries that maybe relate to, a direction that you're moving in. So it really has a really a broad variety of questions that you can use to practice with and to learn from. And so you'll be more prepared when you go out there into the world of work. And then I know Oscar mentioned this when he was speaking. We want you to participate in opportunities outside of the classroom to apply what you're learning and to also gain skills that you might not be gaining from your classes. I would say that, and I'm not going to 100% speak for you, Lauren, but I'm kind of going to do that real quick. Lauren's one of our peer career educators, and she's worked, and Crystal, because I was supervising both of them at one point. They've learned a lot about technology, I think. We've had them use a software called Canva. If they had not been in our office in getting experts out of the classroom, they may not even know what that is and how to use it. We've had them pull data and make spreadsheets and do all kinds of different things that are going to help them when they go into a workplace, because most likely they might use those things in their next when they get out of college. And so there's different skills that you're going to gain from being outside of the classroom that you might not gain in the classroom. And there's also ways in which you can learn about different career paths by volunteering or by job shadowing. Maybe you come across someone who is a manager and you say, I'd really like to shadow you for the day. I want to see what that looks like when you're in your job, and you might be able to do that. If you volunteer for a company that maybe they don't have an internship position, maybe they don't have a job offer, a job opening, but maybe they have an opportunity for you to volunteer and do some work for them, and you get volunteer hours for that. And while you're there, not only are you getting a glimpse into what that world looks like in terms of the environment, the work environment, you get to see the different professionals that are in the space. You get to see who the manager is, who the front desk person is, and what does the accountant do. There's different people that work in different places, and you can get a real a good view of who those people are by doing some of these things. And so we really want to make sure that you are getting that experience outside of the classroom, because it is also going to be very important for you on your resume when you're applying for jobs. All right, so we have 2 more years left, right? It's flying by so quickly. You are now a junior, and you are going to start thinking about, you're going to be probably getting into those major classes and those concentration classes, and focusing on that professional brand. Who are you? Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to work for? What do you want people to see you as? What do you want to be known for? So this part is kind of where you start going into that development piece of becoming that career professional, and you get to define that. And one of the platforms that we always highly recommend that you get on is LinkedIn. It's a global platform. There are millions of people on there, and a lot of I would say more so than not, you'll find a company, if there is a company who's hiring, they probably are using it as a recruitment tool for them, and it's also a space for you to get recruited, in addition to connecting with professionals. So let's keep going back to being a manager, and there's different ways in which you can be a manager in places that you could do that. But let's say you meet people who are in a leadership role, and you can connect with them through LinkedIn and learn from them. And this is another way that you can do the informational interview, or you can become part of an association or a group, and get connected with your peers or people that are in an industry that you want to be in. And so building that professional identity, starting with LinkedIn, is a great way to do that. And the networking with professionals, so I talked about the LinkedIn piece, which is an online networking platform. But then you can also think about who's around you. And obviously we're in a virtual environment, so it might not feel as comfortable, or might not feel as it would, of course, if we were in person. But it doesn't mean you can't connect. There's still faculty who are hosting their office hours, so you can still connect with them, and they're probably doing them virtually like this. There's staff like ourselves who is available to meet with you. And of course, if you're getting involved on campus, or you're part of a program on campus, you're connecting with stuff like that, right? And employers, there's different ways to go about that. Handshake is one way, LinkedIn's another way, but we also have events, and I'll talk about those in a minute. And then alumni, and I talked about that mentorship piece, and I'll show you after I get off of these slides, off of this handout. But alumni, I think there are quite a few alumni who, they've been where you're at now. So they know what it's like to be you, and they know what it's like to, be you in 4 years, after you leave here, and even farther farther past that. And so being an alumni, being connected to alumni can help give you some insight into, what does that look like to be successful going through college and then graduating, and what does that look like after you graduate? And so getting connected to alumni is I think, a really great idea. And then, when you were in high school, you probably started looking around junior year, maybe, or sooner or later, at programs to get into for undergrad. So you're here now, you're a CCSB, you did all the back end work to get here. Well, there's a lot of work that goes into going into graduate or professional programs. And there's a lot of information sessions that are out there for different programs at different institutions. So you're going to want to make sure that you're going to know, what you're getting into, why you're trying to go to graduate school, professional school programs, and you're going to want to know what that all entails, and then start planning for that, right? So if that's going to be one of the things you want to potentially set out as a goal for yourself when you get out of school, then you're going to want to start planning that early. So junior year is when you're going to want to start doing that, if not sooner. And have, update and or revise slash resume slash cover letter. So I would suggest that, once you start making that resume and then you start doing things that you can add to it, you're going to continually do that, update it on a regular basis. So you don't say, oh, I made a resume when I was a freshman and now I'm a senior. I've never had to add anything since, but I did these 5 things. And now you're trying to catch up and you're getting I have students like that. They're getting stressed out. They meet with me. I'm like, well, what did you do in your sophomore year? And then you can't remember. Well, what project did you do in one of your classes in your junior year? They can't remember. And so they have to start looking back at everything. So if you do that along the way, when you get to your senior year, you're going to have it set up and you don't have to go back and think about it. So do that often and make sure you're keeping that updated, and you can continually get reviews from us in our office. And then applying for internships. So the internship piece, employers are looking for new college graduates to have an internship in their background. They know that if you're graduating from college, they know that you've gotten your academic degree, but they want to see what else you did. And getting that internship with a company, whether it's the company that you're applying for a job now, or a company that's in an industry related, you're getting that hands-on experience outside of the classroom, that you are now applying what you're learning in the classroom to this world of work. And now you're going to take that experience and move on and then go apply for a job with it. And you're going to be, a much more, a candidate that's going to bring a lot more to a company than if you didn't have the internship. So highly recommend it. We do a lot of hands-on internship advising in our office. We actually have a specialist who is strictly about internships, and she is someone who has really created a great platform for you getting an internship and being successful in that. And so we're all here to help you with that piece, and we really recommend that it's something that you do. And now you're a senior. That was pretty quick. What was that, 15, 20 minutes? You're a senior now, and we want to just highlight a couple things here for your senior year. Just like when you're in high school, college is coming next, right? So now it's like, oh, the real world's coming next, whether that's grad school or a job. Continue branding your professional identity. So you're going to be growing and developing over these 4 years, and you're going to find out who you are and what you want for yourself. And so you're going to continue to do that while you're looking to graduate. And you're going to want to attend some fairs. So we have fairs, expos, networking events, panels where employers are wanting to connect with you and they want to hire you. So we want you to connect with them. And maybe maybe you see a list of the employers that are coming to an event, but you're not really sure if they have anything to offer based on your interest. But then you decide to go to the fair, and then you meet an employer, and maybe you're interested in human resources, but the positions they had posted were not for human resources. But then you end up talking to someone, and they actually happen to be a human resources professional that is there at the event. And the next thing you know, you find out that they have a whole HR department that offers, 5 different areas in HR that you can work in. They just don't have any openings today. But then you connect with them on LinkedIn, and next thing you know, in 2 months, they have an opening. And guess what? You have a job when you graduate because you did that one step by going to the fair, even if you weren't sure that they had anything to offer you. So, preparing beforehand, getting yourself ready to go to these fairs are going to be very important for you. And just a little FYI, Jack Brown, they do have a business madness fair they host in the spring, where they have a lot of employers that come to that event in addition to our fairs. So just something to keep in mind. And then right here, the schedule and mock interview. So when it comes to interviewing, obviously we have the platform. We also want you to connect with us. We can review those mock interviews that you do online, but then again, you can meet with us to do that one-on-one face-to-face interview practice to help you. And I think that I'm going to wrap this up. I just realized the time was. I think I talked way more than usual at this sessions. I just realized it. I'm going to exit out of here real quick. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's see. I'm just going to go back into the website real quick. I just want to show you that mentorship page off our resources, and then I will give it over to Valentina to show you the rest of the resources. Just because I told you I was going to show you, I want to make sure I do that. So under our Build Professional Connections page right here, there is an alumni mentor program, and there are alumni waiting to connect with you. So we want to make sure that you know what a mentor is, and that there's actually a video here. It's really great, so you can learn about mentorship right there. and you can reach out to this office to connect with a mentor. So let me get out of here, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Valentina, do you want to pull the slides up, or do you just want to hop into the resources?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen and I'll get started. Okay, hello everybody. I just took us to the Career Center homepage, and I want to just help you navigate where you're going to go that's going to be beneficial for you. We have an extensive list of resources and information for you, especially now that we're working virtually. And so we have right here under students and alumni. Here, I want to direct you to where it says career resources. This is where you're really going to find tons of information about interviewing, your resume. We have templates, we have guides, job search, internship search. We have lots of information on this tab. But I always like to point out this tab right here where it says Explore Majors and Careers. Since you're just starting college, you want to learn as much as there is to find out what you can do with your chosen degree. The Career Center pays for this program. It's called What Can I Do with This Major? So if you open up this platform, it's going to take you to this list here, and here you're going to see all of the different degrees that we offer. So I'm just going to select one, Human Resources, and the way in which that this program is organized is by area. So you have Human Resources, Training and Development, Industrial Organization Psychology, the Law, Business, Nonprofit. So those are the areas in which you can work in HR, right? And so they tell you who the employers are and then what strategies you should do in order to get there. Essentially, this is the answers to the tests when it comes to what should I be doing to get a position in HR related to the law in this situation. It's all right here, okay? And we can help you develop this plan, and that's essentially what Denise was talking about, the roadmap, right? So what we want to do is really guide you through the process while you're at CSUSB to use the resources of the Career Center. So when you are graduating, you're going to be able to make that transition a little bit easier for yourself. You're going to find yourself with job offers because you took the time to do an internship. You're going to be ready to go to graduate school if that's your path. So please use all of the student resources that you see here and our events tab. We have about 20 events this upcoming semester, and you can see them all listed here. We have career fairs and all of the workshops there. And so they're all online, they're all virtual. And so, but specific to the Jack Brown College, I want to share with you that you have your own it's almost like a career center, but it's just for the college that you're in. It's called the Student Success Center. And hopefully you've been receiving information about them, but I want to highlight that they also do a lot of the things that we do. And here at the college has its own tab that says Student Success. They have internship personnel and openings and opportunities. Here I'm going to take you to the current openings for internships. And so depending on what your field is, they have all these partnerships currently, and not all of them are even posted, and this is just a few. So also, in addition to the Jack Brown Student Success Center, Denise, can you go back to the PowerPoint? And I want to emphasize that your college does a remarkable job with the student clubs. The student clubs in your college actively pursue professional activities, such as engaging with employers, such as having your own mini career fairs for just their club. They are amazing at doing that. And so I want to highly encourage you to take advantage of the student clubs that are specific to what you're studying. And so, again, you're going to be receiving this PowerPoint with all these links, but you have the College Career Development Services, their resource network, the Student Success Center, which has internship opportunities. And then in addition to that, there are smaller offices and centers that offer all kinds of different activities for students to participate in, such as the Global Innovation. They really push these doing business projects abroad. And so they have funding for students to participate in those things. The School of Entrepreneurship, they have an extensive array of activities to encourage any growing entrepreneur, and you even create your own small business in that program. The Cybersecurity Center, they have a nationally recognized scholarship, and their students are highly sought after and employed in federal government and in the private sector throughout the country. So depending on what your interest, your major is, you're going to have an extensive amount of people and resources and programming that are offered for you. So we want you to make sure that you just don't go to class. We just don't want you to just go to class. If that's all you do in college is just go to class, you're going to find yourself in a really tough position of finding employment in your field because you didn't take the necessary steps to really grow your interest. We want to encourage you to go out there, put yourself out there, network with professionals, take advantage of opportunities, do an internship, join a student club, all of those things, because you know, there's too many things that are offered on campus for you not to take advantage.
So now we're going to move on to Crystal. She is going to give you a couple of do's and don'ts about being a freshman.
So hi again, my name's Crystal. So some general do's and don'ts for freshmen. I'm gonna start with the don'ts because I feel like you should know this from the start. So do not procrastinate or overschedule yourself. From personal experience, this is not okay. It's not like, you know, procrastinating in high school is something way different than procrastinating in college, because this is, you know, this is your life, this is your career. We're not playing games anymore. So please do not procrastinate, because you'll just overwhelm yourself and it won't go well. So that goes hand in hand with studying last minute. So cramming everything the night before. I don't recommend that either. I recommend study groups, study sessions, SI. Try to attend those just so you have a review throughout the entire semester, and not just trying to cram it before the test. That's not okay, because you won't be as successful. Please do not forget to visit your academic advisor and plan ahead. So this is always super handy for planning for your next semester. What classes you want to take, they'll let you know what would be more beneficial for, you know, your the career you want to go in. If you want to go to graduate school, they'll help you for sure for that. And then please don't forget to practice self-care. So always remember to take a minute, come regroup, bring everything back in, and just remember what you're here for. Always focus on the goal and just focus on yourself for a little sometimes. And then lastly, on the don'ts is do not forget to utilize academic support services such as tutoring, writing centers, supplemental instruction. So like I said, SI sessions, that'll really help. They go hand in hand with whatever class you're going to. And it just be reviewing with other students, and usually like a TA that knows their stuff in that field, so that'll really be helpful. So please don't forget those things, you guys. And then moving on to the do's is take advantage of university services. Please, please, please stress it enough. So of course the Career Center, we're going to be here for you for things regarding your career and your future, but don't forget the library, the rec center, counseling, The health center, it's just like the doctor's office. Go ahead, walk in. The den, free food, student union, you know, like activities. Just please take advantage of those things just to make your college experience like a lot more fun and just getting your money's worth, you know. And then number 2, advocate for yourself and ask questions. So let's say you didn't hear what the professor said, he went too fast. You're paying for this, he's there to do his job or her job. So raise your hand, be like, can you repeat that? I didn't understand this section, just please do that, just so you have, you know, get your education, you know. And then number 3, connect with your professors by going to office hours. So I always hear all the time that, oh, my office hours are empty, I get so bored. So they basically say that they just sit in there on their phones and just review like class stuff. But no, that's your time. You need to go. That's when you ask your questions if you're too scared to ask in class. You can go ahead and ask them to review something. Super useful. They'll clear things up. Let's say you don't understand why you got a certain grade. You walk in there and be like, I'm sorry, I don't understand why I did this. Or if you can further explain to me, they'd be happy to do that. And then next is stay organized and practice time management skills. This is something that I had to learn the hard way. So please organize, just set yourself up for the week, the day, whichever works better for you. To organize and prioritize your assignments and stuff like that, just to, you know, keep yourself on track. And then lastly, try new things and make new friends by getting involved. So all of these together will help make your college experience a lot more, you know, worth your time. Please make friends. You know, this is a new chapter of your life, to make those lifelong friendships and connections with people that you'll have forever. So yeah, that's it, guys.
Thank you, Crystal. And last but not least, we have Lauren. She's going to go through Handshake and show you how to log in and all that good stuff. So let me hand it over to Lauren. I'm going to unshare my screen.
Alrighty, so we don't have too much time left, but we'll kind of just go through Handshake real quick, what's important to know about Handshake. So to start off, this is your My Coyote portal. If you're not familiar with it yet, you find this by looking up CCSU My Coyote on Google, and this will come up. You'll put your student ID and then your password. So on here, you obviously can find your email, your Blackboard Student Center, but we're going to scroll down and look for employment opportunities, and Handshake will pop up. So Handshake is the only thing to pop up. We'll press it, and this is what Handshake will look like. Hopefully I'm not on my, let's see if I'm on my, what is it called? I knew I was on my, so this is not what it will look like. Let me switch it real quick to what it'll look like for you guys. That's my professional one. So this is what Handshake will look like. The tabs we'll focus on today is your jobs tab, your events tab, and then we'll show you how to create an appointment. So to start off right here, we'll go on the top and it'll say jobs. Let's press it. And here you can find a lot of on-campus or off-campus jobs. So the jobs will be on the left, and on the right, you can kind of read more about the job and also apply for it. The cool thing about this is that we can also filter out depending on what we want to find. So you can come up to the top and press either part-time, full-time, on-campus, or whatever else you like. A lot of students come asking, hey, you know, do you have any jobs I can apply to? And so we'll pretty much refer you to Handshake. So this is where you should kind of just look online and just try to get involved on the campus. So this is your little jobs site or your portal. But now we're going to go to our event section, and this is also very important because you can kind of keep track of what's going on either off campus or on campus. As you can read, if you'll read through them, they all say virtual, so just make sure to find a meeting ID to see whether to go on Zoom or not. But for example, we have our Fall 2020 Career Readiness Series coming up. This is by the Career Center, and they start on August 25th, so it's very important to look at that. But we also have our virtual career fairs, just how Denis said that in your, I believe your junior years, you'll probably start attending more career fairs. So just to kind of keep up with it, you'll have to look underneath the event section right here. You can continue to scroll down and just see what's coming up. But this is just kind of to organize yourself, because I know there's a lot of events going on and sometimes we don't really know where to look for them, but they'll be on Handshake. So now we'll show you how to make an appointment with our career counselors. So we'll go to the top right corner where it says Career Center. We'll press it, And here we can make an appointment. So you can get help with either an appointment, find other resources, experiences, or do a survey. But for today, we'll show you how to create a 30-minute appointment. So we'll press appointment, and the blue little right here, it says schedule a new appointment. You'll press that. If you have any upcoming appointments, they'll be right here. And you can also trace your prior appointments by looking at your past appointments. So we'll act as if you want to schedule a new appointment. So we'll come right here, we'll press it, and what will pop up is you have a choice of either doing an appointment online via Zoom or a phone appointment. Our Zoom appointments are the most popular, so we'll press online appointment, and here we have all of our appointment types. So these appointments are 30 minutes with a career counselor such as Valentina, Denis, or Oscar. So please take advantage of that. If you have extra time during the week, we do have our drop-in services. This is not on Handshake, but I actually pulled it up on our Career Center website, which is right here under the Student/Alumni tab, which Valentina showed you. I came to drop-in services. And this kind of tells you what our drop-in services are. So these are 15-minute sessions with a PCE such as me, Crystal, or Christian. And it kind of tells you what we can help you with, which is a resume or cover letter or any questions about Handshake. And if you scroll down on the website, we actually keep up with what our times are during the semesters. So for the fall 2020 semester, we already have it up on here, and our hours are Wednesday and Thursday from 2 to 4, and we also have the meeting ID. So students are welcome to either schedule a 30-minute appointment with the counselor or to drop on by to our drop-in services. And then we also have our little chat bot right here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type in a question and we'll get back to you very fast. I actually use it other times, so please take advantage of that as well if you have any questions that you want to get answered right away. But with that being said, those are our drop-ins and appointments.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Let me just pull up the rest of the slides here so we can just finish up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap things up now. I just want to make sure that all the students know that as a career counselor, we are able to help you with an extensive array of different topics based on what kind of field you want to go into.
Yeah.
However, what we get a lot in our office is students have a question that usually is for an academic advisor. So when it comes to taking your classes, choosing your classes, you want to see an academic advisor, okay? And so our academic advising office on campus will be the one that will assist you with that. Okay, so you would see a career counselor for things that are related to your field of choice. Okay, so I would like everybody to get their phone out now and hold it up to your computer screen as if you're going to take a picture of the computer screen. This is going to take you to a survey. It'll take you less than 60 seconds to do the survey. But we need your feedback. We value your thoughts and your needs, and if we're providing helpful information to you. So please do the survey now. And also, if you have any questions, you can submit them in the chat window. We're going to stay on here for the next few minutes. And you can also raise your virtual hand, or if you want to just speak up, you can articulate your question now. But if you haven't already done so, please hold up your phone to your screen and take a moment to complete the short survey.
As you are doing that, I know we sound like broken records, but we feel that the more that you hear it, the more that we hope it triggers your willingness. I think more important, I think your willingness to be uncomfortable with the uncomfortableness of not knowing what to do with your degree. Like I keep on sharing with you, come and talk to us, please. You know, as I've been sharing with Denise and Valentina and the rest of the team, I feel like I'm a salesman, but it is selling. We're trying to sell you how to be better prepared for your academic success, and not just academic success, but also your career success. The reason why we say this is because we also see more than we want to the other side of the spectrum, where students do come to us even right after they graduate or right before they graduate, and then they're extremely shocked of the amount of work that has to do or has to be in place before you find that job. And so know that this is in collaboration with, again, your academic success, your student life, your personal life, your job. You know, some of you may have extra roles and responsibilities at home. And then adding this, you know, additional pressure or action is a lot. You know, we're not here to tell you that it's not a lot, but I think we are here to tell you that if you are prepared and you build a plan and you're thinking about it in small chunks, you will be better off in the next couple of years. Trust me, you will be. So take the time to do that. We're here to help you, because we do have a proven track record that students who are better prepared have an extreme better option and opportunity for those jobs that you're seeking. So once again, thank you for taking the time to use the survey. We're here to help you in any way that we can. And again, this is for San Bernardino and for Palm Desert campus. So just know that, you know, we are 2 campuses, 1 university, and we are very proud to maintain that process.
So if you've done completing the survey and you don't have any additional questions, we want to thank you for coming, and we hope your semester is off to a great start at Cal State San Bernardino. And thank you for being the Coyote. Woo!
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We have a question from Leslie. How can they change their major?
I put my response there to Leslie. Leslie, if you want to email me, I can talk more with you about that process, and not only that process, but maybe have some conversations around, you know, what you're thinking about and what you're going through in terms of wanting to change your major. So if you want to do that, go ahead and send me an email, and I'll put my email back in here again for you, and we can definitely talk about that.
Crystal, were you able to check everyone in?
I'm hoping I can save the chat because I didn't actually write them down this time like I did the other ones. So
Okay.
the chat saved after, so I'll just get them from there.
Okay. And what was our total? It was like 46 or 48?
And the top number that I saw was 48.
Oh, good turnout.